What is up, you guys? It's your girl Chami and welcome back to my channel. Today we are gonna be doing like a sit-down video where I will be recapping the past year of 2020. So at the start of every single year, I usually tend to recap what has happened in the past year, and I thought I'm gonna film it and share it with you guys. So yeah, let's get started. So January came and nothing much has happened at this time. I actually had to work New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, which is totally okay. So when I was younger, like my younger self, I've always wanted New Year's Eve off because, you know, me and my friends will go out, hang out in the city, like hang out in New York City, and, you know, just welcome the New Year's together while drinking and partying. But as I get older, I didn't really mind not being off during New Year's. I mean, yeah, it's nice to be off, but if I have to pick between having Christmas off and New Year's off, I'm definitely gonna pick Christmas off because Christmas Eve and Christmas Day is a really big celebration for me and my family. So yeah, so January, it was my first winter here in California as well. And fun fact, before I moved here, I've always thought that it's just gonna be like, you know, like a nice crisp fall weather all winter, but I was wrong. Apparently it tends to get really cold up here as well. I mean, not as cold as back in the East Coast where it drops below zero. It can drop down to like 20s and whatnot. And then for the month of February, Raymond and I had a trip in Italy. Little did we know that this will be actually the last international trip that we will be able to take for the rest of 2020. So we celebrated Raymond's birthday in Italy. We stayed in Rome and Florence. I actually had a vlog about it, so if you guys wanna check it out, I'm gonna leave it somewhere up here. I don't know if it's this side or this side, so just check my cards. A funny story, the Milan outbreak started 2 days before we flew to Italy. And we were kind of hesitant if we should push through with the trip or if we should cancel it. But we decided to just go for it because we're not going to Milan anyway and we're kind of further down from the outbreak. So we flew back home in the US first week of March. And then couple days after, like I think 5 days after we flew back home, they shut down all flights that are coming in from Italy. So we were so lucky to be able to get back here in the US before all the lockdown has happened. And we all know that March has been the start of the COVID outbreak here in the US. So I work in the medical field and I'm one of the lucky ones, I guess you could say, or unlucky ones. It really depends on how you think about it or how you put it into your perspective. But I've decided that I'm gonna consider myself lucky that despite this pandemic that I have a job security, that I didn't have to cut down on any hours. If more, I actually put in a lot of hours. Yeah, so I don't want to be too controversial, but I work as an ER nurse and, you know, like it was a big deal at that time about the PPE shortages because the world just stopped. So we had to conserve our PPE stuff, but luckily we didn't run out of PPEs, although I still would like to have a PAPR. And then for the month of April, my dad's actually visiting Philippines from January till first week of April, I think it was. And I was supposed to go visit Jersey and pick him up from the airport for his birthday. But since COVID-19 happened, my dad's flight got canceled 3 times. We had to rebook his flight, not just once, not just twice, but 3 times. And then during the month of April, like where everything has been forced to be locked down, I was so bummed and actually pretty sad that my gym had to close down as well. When my Orange Theory studio was forced to be shut down, I started running more outdoors. So for the month of April, this is when the dumbbells are like treasure golds, like you can't locate them anywhere. And we also decided to get bikes during this time, but I'll tell you how long before our bikes got to us. Well, you gotta have to keep watching this video to actually find out when we got our bikes. And then May is my birth month. For the past multiple years, maybe more than 5 years, I've always celebrated my birthdays in a different country. All our vacation plans got canceled, but on the brighter side, I kept my 10 days of vacation and flew back home to Jersey to celebrate my birthday with the rest of my family. came. And then for the month of June and July, this month has actually pretty much flew by pretty quickly. It is the height of summer. We were always out running or chilling by the lake or by the beach. We did a lot of hiking as well, camping and backpacking trips. And then August is the most life-changing month for me for the whole year of 2020. So first, we bought a house first week of August. Woohoo! Oops! And then couple days after we closed the house, I was supposed to fly back home to Jersey for my mom's birthday. But that same week when I was supposed to fly back home, I got sick with COVID. Did you hear that? Yep, I got it. So maybe I'll just tell you guys how I felt when I had it, what happened with me, or when did I realize that I actually have it. So I started feeling kind of ill actually during a backpacking trip. While hiking to the campground, I felt like I was not my usual self. I'm kind of feeling dizzy. My head was throbbing, but I didn't feel feverish. Maybe because it was like 110 degrees outside at that time. But on our hike back to the car the following day, oh boy, I thought I was gonna puke. I thought I was gonna pass out. I just didn't know what was happening to me. By the time I got to the car, I was so dizzy. Like the world was spinning. And then when we got back to my apartment, I decided to check my temperature because I wasn't feeling so well. And guess what? It did say that I had a fever of 102.8. And then when that happened, I already knew that I have the COVID. I already knew that I did caught the COVID because I work in the ER and I'm just exposed every single time I go to work. So I called my primary doctor. I scheduled for a COVID test on my day 3 of my symptoms. And then a day after that, my test came back negative. I couldn't believe it. I was wondering like if it's not COVID-19, then what can it be? So I called my doctor again and had a lengthy conversation with them. He ordered like the whole sepsis protocol for me, like complete blood work. I even had a chest x-ray at that time just to make sure we're not missing anything else. And of course, everything came back normal, but I was still feeling sick. I still have fevers and headaches every single day until the day 5 of my symptoms, I developed dry cough. And I was like, uh-oh, it's really that. So I called a different doctor because my doctor at that time was on leave and he scheduled me for another swab again. I got re-swabbed on my day 5 of symptoms and then on the day 6, of course, the test came back positive. I have like 102, 103 fevers every single day. Even with round-the-clock Tylenol, it will only go down to like 99 point something for like couple hours and then I'll just spike right back up again. But on my 9th day of symptoms, my fever won't go down below 102 even with Tylenol. And then my oxygen level dropped down to like mid-80s. I just felt like it's time for me to check myself in the ER. We drove to the ER. I checked myself in. Of course, by the time I got to the ER, my O2 sats went up to 95%. I told the ER doc like, hey, I'm gonna go home, right? And he's like, yeah, you look great for someone with COVID. Of course you're gonna be going home, but let's just do a repeat blood test and a repeat chest x-ray just to make sure you're good to go. So we did all that and a couple minutes after, he called me in my room and he's like, hey Chami, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to keep you because your repeat x-ray looks terrible. Your whole right lung is actually consolidated. Yeah, so my whole right lung was completely wiped out. So I was like, okay, so I guess I have to stay. And he's like, yeah, you do have to stay. And I was like, okay, so when do I go home? I had to be admitted in the hospital. I had to be on supplemental O2. I ended up staying in the hospital for 5 days. I got like 2 different kind of antibiotics and I got the antiviral, which was the remdesivir at that time. Yeah, it's like the emergency approved drugs for treating COVID-19. You know what? Maybe I'll attach some clips here and there about my experience with COVID.
I'm on my day 2 and I just realized that I might as well just vlog because I have nothing else to do. I've never taken a shower before I left my apartment and My face is so crusty. I forgot to bring a facial wash, a facial moisturizer. Basically, I forgot to bring everything. It is now August 21st and I washed my hair, but look how dry my skin is. It's crazy. Can you see it? I had some terrible side effects from the remdesivir. Oh god, I finally said it right. I was feeling so nauseous this morning, and I was sweating like crazy last night. I am currently getting my ceftriaxone dose today. I'm just waiting for my lunch now and my Lovenox shot. Well, I'm not really waiting for my Lovenox shot because it stings like crazy, but I need it, so I'll take it. Bye! I forgot to vlog. It's around 8:15 p.m. right now. I just had, well, not really just had. I had dinner around 6:30. I just finished my second dose of remdesivir, and so far I've been doing okay, not sweating as much. So I'm just waiting maybe half hour. I'll start washing up, take my terrible mouthwash, and go to bed. Good morning. It is August 22nd. It's 8:20 in the morning right now, and I'm just waiting for breakfast. I'm starving. I think my stomach started growling around 6 in the morning. So I had my remdesivir infusion last night. I was feeling okay until like, I don't know, like 2 in the morning. I felt so nauseous and so tired again. It is almost 1 p.m. and I'm finishing up my lunch, and I just finished my ceftriaxone infusion right there. So I felt bad calling the nurses just to flush my lines. So I told them to just give me an extra flush and I'll just do it myself. So here it is. I'm just gonna disconnect myself. I forgot to vlog today, but it is August 23rd, 10:45 in the morning, and I just had my repeat chest x-ray done, and they're getting me ready for discharge. I'm excited to go home. I'm heading home now. I have a new pair of scrubs, courtesy of my wonderful nurses. Here's my ride, and I'm just waiting for transporter. Good morning. It is August 28th, around 10:30 in the morning, and I have 2 more days of isolation, and then I'm free, I think, right? I could maybe, I don't know, try to walk outside or maybe run. We'll see. I'm excited.
Yeah, so basically I was off from work for like a month, over a month. But yeah, I'm just really thankful that I'm here, I'm talking to you, I'm sharing this experience with you, and that I'm healthy. I survived COVID. It could be a lot worse, but I'm just glad that it's not. So for the month of September, we finally moved into our house and I got back to work after being off for over a month, and then I tried and failed and tried and failed and tried and failed getting back to working out. Like gaining back my strength was the hardest part for me after getting sick with COVID-19. And then for October, I finally gave up the keys to my old apartment and cleaned out the apartment. I actually made a video about it, but never gotten a chance to upload it because no one really wants to see me cleaning my stinky fridge in my apartment. So for the month of November, I was finally cleared and was able to fly back home to Jersey to see my family after 6 long months. So this month, 2 of my closest friends got married as well. I was so glad to be able to witness that. Got to spend time with not only my family, but also most of my friends back in New York. So that was fun. And if you want to see how that specific visit went, I'm gonna leave the cards somewhere up here again. Also for the month of November, I revamped and relaunched my YouTube channel. So I started uploading videos in my YouTube a year ago or a year and a half ago, but I got lazy and it wasn't just working out with my schedule at that time, so I stopped uploading my videos. For the month of November, I finally decided like, hey, I really want to do this. I love filming, I love creating, I love talking to myself. No, I'm kidding. Like, I love talking to you guys. I love sharing things with you guys. And then December, COVID vaccine is finally here. So I have mine scheduled tomorrow. And then Raymond and I flew back home in Jersey for the holidays. Never missed any Christmases with my family just yet, which I'm so grateful about. And OMG, 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 I almost forgot that Raymond popped the question and we're engaged. I still can't believe it. I mean, I actually have a video about the proposal. I don't know if I want to share it with you guys just yet or if I want to keep it for myself a little longer. But yeah, if that's something you're going to be interested in watching, leave a comment down below if you want to see how the proposal went. Wow, a lot has happened this past year alone. And I feel like my throat is so dry from talking too much. As I've said earlier, it definitely has been one of the toughest years that I've had in my life. I mean, I'm sure it's been difficult for all of us in different levels and in one way or another. So this whole year taught me a lot of things, especially taught me how to slow down, how to take a breather, how to not be too hard on myself, that it's okay to have rest days, to basically just do nothing, that it's okay. You actually need that. It's actually a way of you to restart, recharge, and just reboot. It also taught me how to listen to my body. If I don't feel like working out, or if I don't feel like running outside, or if I just want to do like a quick and easy workout routine, that it is okay. Because usually I feel guilty if I don't move around a lot. 2020 has definitely changed a lot of my perspectives in life. So there you have my 2020 recap. Been definitely one hell of a year, and I'm just so glad and so grateful that I survived it. I'm so grateful for the strength and the wisdom that I gained from it, and I'm just also forever grateful for mine, my family, and my loved ones' good health and safety. So be proud of yourself for surviving 2020. Give yourself a pat in the back for being the courageous and brave self that you are. And let's just make sure to put all those learnings that we learned from 2020 into good use. And let's all face this new year with a hopeful and kind heart. So there you have it, guys. There's my 2020 recap. And if you guys enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. It will really make my day. And here's to a healthier and happier 2021. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye!